Knives are cool. And axes too. I'm an adult, but I still like to play dress up. Hello everybody, Robert Breaker here with you. Knives are cool and axes too, and so are, well, historically accurate reproductions that actually work. So it's been hunting season here, and it recently got over with, and unfortunately I didn't get any. But I thought what I'd do is, before I have to clean them up and put them up till next year, I thought I'd, show you how to load them, how to shoot them, and then we'll get to what we came for, a knife. I got a really cool knife for you. It was sold to me as an Indian trade knife, and it's supposed to be a type of reproduction like they would have had in the late 1700s, early 1800s. What I got here, first of all, is a Kentucky rifle, and I thought what I'd do is go ahead and load this thing and shoot it, and then we'll go look at this cool knife. Now, I'm a little bit of a cheater sometimes. Usually you put your powder in one of these things and put it in, but I thought I'd go ahead and put the powder in this today. So we're going to put our powder in. I use this little preloader thing that lets you know exactly how much powder, and I'm using 50 grains. I'm not going to overdo it, I hope. Then you put in what's called the sabat. Sabat. I don't know if you can get in close enough to see what that looks like, but this is a sabat, and today they're plastic. The old days they would have used a piece of cotton or something like that. So you put that here, and you ram her down with your ramrod. And there we go. And that's down there. We'll make sure it seats real well. Pull that out. Now we put in the bullet. Now mine's a 45. A lot of people have a 50 caliber. As we learned before at the Renaissance Fair, a lot of people use a 58 caliber during the Civil War. Drop our bullet down, flip her over to the other side, and we want that to seat inside of the sabot. Now, we hope we did it right. This old thing here I found at a flea market in Tennessee or someplace. And it was so cheap, I had to go up to the front and say, "Are you sure that's the right price?" And they said, "Yeah." It was a little dirty, but I said, "Does it work?" They said, "We don't know." But it said black powder right on it. It's actually a Hopkins & Allen's model 35, 45 caliber. Next thing you want is your percussion. This is our percussion here, so put the little percussion cap, and I dropped it, so let me get another one. I keep them here in the handle. Can you see there in the handle where I keep the little percussion caps? They sit right in there. And that's spring loaded. And you put your percussion cap on here. And now you cock back once. That's called half cocked. You ever heard anybody say, "Don't go off half cocked"? Full cock. And here's our target downrange. I don't know if you can see that. Come over here a little bit closer. And we're gonna see if I would have got a deer this year, if I would have been anywhere close. So here we go. And I'm hoping that I'll get close to the target. Now, I don't have any ear protection. You know why? With black powder, there's actually two explosions. Pow here, and then pow inside. And what's amazing to me about the black powder, all the sound goes forward. I just love shooting a black powder rifle. So here we go. Woo! Can you see it? I'm about 2 inches low of the target there, but that was fun. Now, let's say I didn't get it. Well, then I pull out my Kentucky pistol and I say, "Hey, I need to get that." And sometimes your caps don't work. Yep, always something. Black powder is pretty fickle. You got to keep it clean. Okay, enough of that one. Let's go over here and look at one more. This one doesn't want to cooperate today. Let's go look at another one. Right here, we have an exact replica of the little Derringer black powder that killed Abraham Lincoln. This little thing is loud, but they would have carried these too back then. Let's see if it'll shoot. I don't even want to. Nope. Woo! That was pretty loud too, wasn't it? So that's your black powder, but today we're not here to look at black powder rifles. Today we're here to look at cool stuff like knives and axes. But yeah, we're not going to talk about a tomahawk today, although that would be pretty cool. We're actually here to talk about this. This right here is a knife that I got at a show, and I think I was in Biloxi, Mississippi, if I remember right. And I saw this knife and I said, what on earth is this thing? And I said, tell me more about it. The guy was pretty historical. He had a lot of old historical knives and such. And he showed me this, and I said, man, I think that's pretty cool. I kind of feel like I live in the old days sometimes, so I like older things. He called this an Indian trade knife. And basically, he said that this knife here was the kind of knife that you would have bought in an outpost trading place. You ever heard of a trading outpost? America, they came over from the east and slowly went west, and a lot of pioneers, you know, and the Kentuckians and people like that dressed like this went out. And there were trading posts that they would put out in the farthest place that people went, and people that went farther would come back, buy stuff, and go back out. This is supposed to be a historical reproduction of a trading post type Indian trading knife. Now this one is actually in Damascus, and I think it's beautiful. So this would have been kind of historically accurate of the kind of knife that Indians would have used to scalp people, a scalping knife. Now the thing I like about this, look at the blade, it almost looks like a chef's knife, but look how the handle comes down and it's thicker at the back than at the front. There's a reason for that, it's weighted. So this is a nice weighted knife, so when you're using it, you're not worried about it falling out of your hand. This knife is going to stick with your hand and do what you need. So this would have been the knife that they would have used in fighting in the French and Indian War probably, and things like that, and all these people that went out west would have been the knife that they most likely would have had when the Indians scalped people. But I saw this knife and I thought it was very neat. This one is, let's get back in the sun here, this knife here is forged by a man, and I can't read it. So someone in the comments, if you can read that. I wanted to say at the time, I remember it being JW or something like that, but I cannot tell. And all I see is what appears to be an M. An M. So JM, maybe that's what it was, JM. This way it looks like a W. But this is a really amazing knife. And I really like it for its historicalness and historical accuracy. So here's a little bit of everything here today that I brought out for you. Kind of be, well, dressed up for you. I got here a sharpening stone, so it's nothing special. But there's a little sharpening stone for sharpening an axe. And thought I'd shoot a little black powder with you and put this together. So if you like this knife, leave in the comments what you think about it. See if you know who the maker of this was. I love hand-forged, handmade knives, and they did a great job with the Damascus on this. The sheath is a little strange. It's kind of got a reddish, pinkish tint to it. Don't really like the sheath, but the knife does fit in there nicely, and it's very secure. Fits good on your belt, looks good. But it's just the fact that it kind of is a historic remake of what they would have used in America in the old days. That's what I like about it. And I like that I'm secure in holding this knife. I'm not worried about it falling out of my hand. Look how it's designed to where it's not going to fall out of my hand. Look at that. It's like that. Still, I still can catch it and it won't fall out of my hand. So I hope that was fun for you. Don't know why I couldn't get this one to shoot, but it didn't want to for some reason. I'll try it one more time. But remember, knives are cool, and axes too, and muzzle loading guns, and history, and a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. It's just fun to dress up and you know, play dress up as an adult. And so are tomahawks. Tomahawks are cool too. This is just a little bare bones one. I'll do a video on this one day too, probably. But let's see here if it'll fire this time. Hope it does. Nothing doing. So now I've got powder stuck in there and I got to figure out how to get it out. So that's what I'll be doing the rest of the day. Well, thank you for watching. I hope it's been a blessing. If you enjoyed this knife, please comment, like, and subscribe, and all that other good stuff. It's fun to dress up. It's fun to make these videos for you, but it's also fun to read your comments. And it would be great if someone knew who made this. And if they recognize that mark, share with us who the forger is. And I think he did a great job. I like the handle. I like everything about this knife. I like that it's historical, and it's a historical reproduction. And to me, that's just cool. So, all right, God bless you. Y'all have a good one. There was my shot with the black powder. About 2 inches low. And here's my daughter. And she's gonna shoot it. So, it's pretty heavy, but hold it up. Now you want to pull it back twice till you hear it click twice. You need some help there? Click 1, click 2. Now you ready? Hold it up high and aim it. You put your arm out farther. Arm out here, as far out as you can. Now put it up and sight it in and shoot that thing. Look at that smoke, folks. Oh my goodness, she could have got a deer. That was awesome. That's it, you're going hunting with me next year. Knives are cool. And axes too.